Why has getting your hair done gotten so expensive? These days, it seems like you can't walk into a salon without dropping several $100s. As a stylist myself, I am well aware at how much these costs are affecting the general public. That's one of the main reasons why I created this YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 main reasons why salon prices have gone up, as well as what you can do to alleviate some of this financial strain. Okay, so the first reason is probably the most obvious, and that's inflation. It's not just hair services that have gotten expensive over the years. It's everything. Not only have the stylist's personal expenses increased, but the salon's expenses have increased drastically as well. It'd be one thing if it was only the product or only the rent, but literally every single expense has gone up. So when the cost of doing business goes up, you have to raise your service prices or else you're gonna go out of business. Okay, so number 2 is that more stylists are choosing booth rental opposed to the traditional commission employee to the salon. Booth rental has become increasingly attractive to hairstylists because they can use the products that they want, they can work the hours that they want, and they can even cater to their clients a little bit better without having to give the salon owner a percentage of their pay. But this option is ultimately much more expensive for the stylists themselves. The truth is, the cost of renting a single chair or an individual salon suite is not actually that much less than a full-on salon that would hold like 8 people. A higher percentage of their revenue needs to go to rent than it would in a traditional salon setting. And this isn't even including the other costs that are typically shared in a salon setting. Things like insurance, products, or even subscriptions like Spotify. Okay, so number 3 is that the services themselves are much more in-depth than they used to be. If we go back 10 to 15 years ago, a typical highlighting service looked much different back then than it does today. The average time you would be in a salon for a full highlight was right around 2 hours. These days, it's 4 hours. Gone are the days of packet foils and raw highlights without a toner. These days, stylists are doing much more advanced highlighting techniques like balayage that include double and triple processes like root shadows, pre-toners, and regular toners. We also used to be able to do haircuts or other services in between processing time, and with some of these new highlighting techniques, this isn't always possible. Now, don't get me wrong, the color trends these days are so much better than what they used to be, but the look comes with the cost. The trends these days are a lot more expensive, so the price has to be as well. Okay, now this last one might be a bit of a hard pill to swallow. The truth is, most hair services are considered luxury services. Getting your hair colored is a want, not a need. And with that, luxury services can become expensive, especially if you're bringing in pictures of celebrities or famous people that have an unlimited income, and you're expecting your stylist to be able to recreate this look for you. You should expect that it's not going to be cheap. Now, I partially blame social media for this. Everyone's always flashing their perfect hair and their perfect life on the internet, and this makes the average person feel like they need to spend more on all these things that they otherwise might not feel like they need. Alright, so what can you do about these rising expenses? How can you navigate this? So my first recommendation is to decrease the frequency of your appointments. For example, if you're getting your hair cut every 6 weeks, push it out to 8 or 10. I made a video where I talked about how often you need to get your hair done based on the cut you have or your color technique. Okay, next is to go for a more minimal or low maintenance look. Rather than being a full blonde like me or having a whole head of highlights, opt for something way more minimal like some face framing pieces or a few peekaboos. If you're trying to cover gray, look into different gray blending methods instead of full-on gray coverage. All of these things are going to help you push your appointments out a bit further, and they're going to be a lot less high maintenance. And my last recommendation is to practice your skills and learn to do some things yourself at home. This is why I create tutorials, because I know that there are a lot of people out there that can't afford to go into the salon. Now, you should definitely lower your expectations and understand that you're not likely going to be able to duplicate the results that you would get in a salon, but I've seen many people learn how to do their hair themselves from home. Now, if you'd like advice for achieving a specific hair color and don't know how to get there, check out one of my personalized hair coloring guides where I'll take in your current information of where your hair's at, as well as where you want to be, and I'll walk you through step by step on how to get there. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm really curious on what your thoughts are on the rising cost of salon expenses. Let me know if you think I missed anything in the comments section. And make sure you subscribe if you wanna make every day a good hair day. Thanks for watching.